Hi guys, welcome back to another tutorial on how to create PDF documents, and this one is going to be the most exciting tutorial in the series yet. So now we're going to learn everything about fonts, how to change the font family of a text, how to change the font size, how to change the font type, make it bold, make it italic, make it underlined, strike through, or maybe change the color of the fonts. So we're gonna do all of that amazing stuff in this tutorial. I hope you like it. It's going to be a bit longer, I guess, but at least at the end of the tutorial we know everything about fonts. So I'll just go ahead and start off by creating a new class, and I'll just go ahead and call it working with fonts. So you know, in 20 years we can look back and see this class that's called working with fonts, and we know, aha, we created some fonts in this tutorial. Yeah, that's basically the aim for this name. And let's import the most important classes. So if you paid attention in the last couple of tutorials, I hope you still know most of those imports. So the first one is going to be the com.itextpdf.text.document, and just go ahead and copy that, let's see, 4 times. And then the second import is going to be the paragraph. The third one is going to be the new one. This one is going to be the font. So that's the main class we're going to talk about in this tutorial, the font. And then finally, the last import is going to be the PDF writer. Okay. And then last but not least, to save everything on our hard drive, let's import the Java IO.file output stream. Okay, so now that we have all our imports managed, let's create our main method in our class. So I'll just say public static void main string args curly braces open enter, and then just go ahead and create your document. I'll just call it doc equals to new document. And then I guess now we get straight away to the fonts, and I thought to make it easy to understand, let's create many fonts, and I thought maybe we could create an array of fonts. So if you don't know what an array is, it's basically like a bucket, a drawer, or a list. Use whatever term you prefer to do or do you like. So if you have, for instance, have a drawer with socks in it, you just replace the socks with the fonts. And that's basically what we do with an array. We just put stuff into one single list type of thing. Okay, so let's create the array. So to do that, I'm just say font. Like we need those kind of brackets, and I'll just call the array fonts, and then that equals to curly braces open enter, and that means everything we have in those curly braces is going to be the font in our font array. So we're just going to go ahead and just type in new font. And that's perfectly fine. So if we say that, it's going to create a new font with the font family Helvetica and the font size 12, normal, color black. So that's basically what we saw first when we created a document. So I guess just for research purposes we'll just leave it like that, and below that we just create a new font and maybe change something in it. So we can say, for instance, font dot font family, and then you can see the basic fonts we can change it to. So we can change it to Career, Helvetica, symbol times Roman, undefined, and something bats. I have never used that before. So those are the basic fonts. Of course, that's not very much, but if you know, for instance, other fonts like Arial, you can just say value of and then the string of the name. So like string Arial. I'll just go ahead and use the all pre-made instances by starting with Career, and then we can just leave it like that, and it's going to create a new font with the font family Career. But we can also create a second parameter. So you remember when I told you that the font has the font size 12? Well, we can change that. So we can say 18. Now the font is going to have the size 18. Pretty simple. But we can also put in a third argument. So the third one is going to be the text type. So we can say that it should be bold or maybe italic or whatever you want to have it. So we can say font dot, I'll just go ahead and use bold. And then we can leave it like that as well. But we can also create a fourth parameter, and for that we have to import something. So the fourth parameter is going to be the color, and to change the color we need to import the color from the itext library. So we'll just say import com.itextpdf.text.base color. And then as a fourth parameter in our font constructor, we'll just say new base color, and it's going to be, or it's going to ask for 3 parameters. So those 3 numbers is going to determine the RGB colors. I hope you have heard of them before. So RGB, everything you see on the screen is made out of 3 colors. So basically RGB, red, green, and blue. And so we can mix those colors ourselves. So, you know, if we want to have some other color, we can, for instance, mix blue and green, and we get cyan. So you can do that. And so just to make it simpler, I'll put some comments in there. So I'll say red, and just set it to 0. Then green is in there, and blue's back there. So right now it doesn't have any red, it doesn't have any green, and it doesn't have any blue. So the color is going to be pretty much black. The highest amount of or the highest number you can put in there is 255. Just if you wanted to know that. So if you put, for instance, red to 255, the text is going to be pretty much red. So just to start off, I'll just keep everything at 0. And now, just for practice purposes, I want you yourself to create some fonts just to experiment with it, just to get used to it, so you know pretty much everything about the font. So just go ahead and copy that a couple of times, and I'll give you a couple of minutes just to change, like the basic font, the size, make it italic, or maybe change the color. So remember, when you change the color, the maximum number is 255, just so you know that. So I give you 5 minutes to do some of that, and then we'll meet again later. Okay, I hope you're done. So I've made my little list in here. So one time I have career, Helvetica, symbol, Times Roman, undefined, and Zapting bats. I don't know. Zapting bats. Then one time I have size 18, 7, 25, 14, 9, 30. So it goes all the way from 7 up to 30. And just to get some variety in here. And then one time I have it bold and italic, normal. And then I have a strike through underline. And then with the colors I try to get some variety as well. So in here I have a lot of red, there I have a lot of green, there I have a lot of blue, there is pretty much everything of everything, which is going to be some gray, and that's just a little mixture I was coming up with. So this is my little what would we say, collection of font. I hope you have your own. And so now to create text with those fonts, let's just open up the document first. So I'll just say doc.open, and then we create our for loop. So I'll say for, and then we go through each font. So I'll just say font, double point, fonts. So this is an enhanced for loop. So it just looks at the fonts and goes through each of those. And we start out, oh wait, let's make it different. So let's actually do it a little bit more expanded. So I'll say for int x equals to 0, x smaller than fonts dot length x plus plus. So the same as before, but now we have a number that just goes through there, and we want to create a paragraph for each of the fonts. So we'll say doc.add, and we want to add a new paragraph. And so in the paragraph we'll put the text in. So I'll just say as the text, this the font family is, and then to get the font family from the font we have put in there, we want to say plus fonts, and then in brackets x dot get family name, and that gets us the family name of the font family. And then we'll just say the font size is, and then we can also get the font size from the font by saying plus fonts brackets x dot get, let's see, get size, yeah, get size. And then behind these behind this one single text we can put in another argument. So we'll say comma, and then oops, didn't mean to do that. And then behind that we can say which font we want to have for our document. So we want to have the fonts X for our document, and it's going to throw us a document exception. So we'll just go ahead and make sure that that one is being caught somewhere somehow. So I'll just set it in front of the document, in front of the main method. So now that we have created a paragraph for each font, let's just close the document again. And now last but not least, we have to save it in our hard drive. So let's do it in front of the doc.open argument. So we'll say PDF writer dot, what was it, get instance, right? So get instance of the document and save it to new file output stream, and the file output stream is going to take one argument, which is going to be the name of our PDF document, and I'll just go ahead and call it fonts.pdf, and this is going to call a file not found exception. So we'll just go ahead and add the file not found exception as well. So this is our whole working with fonts class, which has created a bunch of fonts in here and just create some text for each of the fonts. So let's run that and let's see what it looks like. So now we have to refresh it, and there it is. And there you go. This is my wonderful text. So there's the font family is unknown. I guess it's supposed to be Helvetica. And the font size is also kind of unknown. The font family is Career. The font size is 18, and then over here we have the font family is Helvetica with the size of 7. And then over here we can't understand a little bit because it's just symbols. Font family is Times Roman. Font size is 14. And then Oh, there we have unknown again. And then we have 9.0. And there's some other symbols. Alright, so this is our awesome Java program with which we can create different types of fonts for our PDF documents. Again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you understood everything I said. If I talked too fast, if I didn't explain something well enough, if you, for instance, did not understand what those numbers mean, just go ahead and tell me, and I'll be happy to answer every question you tell me as soon as, well, as long as I can understand those questions as well. Alright, so thanks for watching.